Hello and welcome to Brendan Sinclair's Business Mix. It is show number 27 and I'm Brendan Sinclair and I'm joined as always by Tina Goodman. Hello Tina.
Hi Brendan, how are you going?
I'm fine, thank you. It is 21st of April 2006 and today we're videoing our podcast, which makes it a video podcast, doesn't it?
I guess it does.
That's pretty smooth, isn't it?
Always.
Now, today's show, Tina, as you know, is about judging books by their cover. What do you think of the name?
It's a bit of a cliche.
It is a bit of a cliche, but I was trying to think outside the box for something more interesting. I couldn't think of anything. Okay, let's move right along.
At least everyone will know what we're talking about.
Yeah, easy enough. Let's get into it. I was reading some research the other day that found that guys who wear short sleeve shirts at work are seen as losers. What do you think? This is why I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, because I'm a loser.
I think it probably depends where you live, but it's not as professional as it's not as professional looking as a long sleeve shirt.
Did you know that better looking people get paid more money too, on average?
I have heard that, and they get more promotions as well.
And taller people get paid more as well.
Yeah, and they get more promotions as well.
So basically, if you're short, ugly, and you've got a if you're short and you're ugly, if you're short and you're ugly and you're wearing short sleeve shirts, like.
Lucky you're not short, Brendan.
Oh, real! Yes, it is very lucky. Anyway, let's try and apply some of this to business, because all it means is that first impressions count, and they're absolutely critical, even though they are entirely ridiculous, because better looking people, for example, and I've got some information here, beautiful people are more confident about their own abilities. People tend to think that beautiful people are more productive. Good looking people tend to be good communicators. And when the beautiful fail, folks feel let down because their expectations are higher. Now, all those things are crazy. There's absolutely no basis in reality, is there? But it's just so important, that first impression, because people will make split-second decisions about you.
It says good-looking people tend to be better communicators, though.
Wonder why that is.
Probably
because they get more attention.
Perhaps.
And they get spoken to more. I know that I remember studies years ago where they had babies who you show them an ugly person, a good-looking person, the baby smiles at the good-looking person.
Really?
Yeah, truly. My children are very angry, grumpy-looking kids. That'll serve them right. Yeah, so it's obviously it's just ingrained. It's just ingrained in us from such an early age, or whether must be some physiological, biological thing. I guess that guys who are looking for partners look for the best looking one. I don't know.
See,
but anyway, applying it to business, what we're trying to say is it's absolutely critical that you create the right first impression. And even though you don't think it's that important whether you wear a short sleeve shirt or a long sleeve shirt, it's probably better, now that you know this sort of research, to wear a long sleeve shirt. It obviously pays to take care with your hair and your skin care and your showering and all of those things.
Of course, showering.
Yeah, you've got to shower, don't you?
No matter what you look like, if you don't take a shower, it's probably not very...
Anthony, who works here, is over in his computer now. I don't think he showers. What do you think? You work in the same office. Like, seriously.
His shirts look pretty white, though, so you think if he didn't shower...
I think he bleaches them, because he stinks. So... It's so important to get all of those things right. I mean,
I've heard things like if you wear a blue suit, more people will buy off you than if you're wearing like a grey suit or a black
exactly.
suit.
If you've got I think it's that book, can't remember the name of it. Don't you hate it when you're doing a video podcast, and you can't remember?
Yeah, because it's not like we can just stop it and go find the book and start again.
Yeah. We would we'll just rack our brain for the book. It's a really famous one. It's where the guy puts in place all the systems. Anyway, yeah, blue suit, white shirt with a splash of red makes more sales than practically anything else. Black shoes, polished black shoes, seen as more credible. See, navy blue is seen as a more You're checking my butt out?
No, I'm checking your shoes out.
Sure.
They're black, but they're not that polished.
They're okay. What was I saying?
About making more sales wearing the right clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Because people make those split-second decisions on your credibility, on your trustworthiness, based on all those superficial things. And it's to do with how much eye contact you have, the intonation of your voice, etc. So how long have you been here? You've been here a couple of months, 2 or 3 months.
Just over 2 months.
Did you consciously dress for any particular reason when you came?
That's just the way you said it. Did I consciously dress as opposed to not getting dressed at all?
Well, I was actually pretty surprised when you came up. Like, I've never seen anyone interview in a bikini before. That was the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was unusual.
How I got the job. What does that say about you? No.
Yeah, good point. I'm nervous now. I'm sweaty.
I take care in my appearance because people judge you by how well groomed you are and that sort of thing. And it's
Plus, you should do it as a self-respecting person who takes pride in themselves, shouldn't you?
yes.
Well, you can't really say no to that, can you? You can't really say, well, no, I don't agree, Brendan. No, you shouldn't take care of yourself. You shouldn't respect yourself.
And it's professional. You show that you're serious about the job. If you turn up in business attire, whereas if I just turned up in pluggers and tracky dacks and for our American listeners, that's, what do they call them? Flip-flops? No.
They're shoes, aren't they? Track plants. Did you just drop the F word?
Did I?
No,
No, but you know pluggers, which are thongs, which are something else.
flip-flops? I don't know.
I think that's
thongs
Kiwi.
aren't, to Americans, thongs.
Exactly.
The person behind the camera is starting to wander around because they're bored. So if anyone's listening and will listen to it, who cares? Let's move right along.
Yeah, okay.
So the importance of all that in business is that you need to create the right first impression, down to what you wear, the sort of accessories you've got, the quality of your pen you have. I go into great detail of this in my web design business kit for you. Those who haven't purchased it, what are you waiting for? Crazy. And I did a lot of research on it at the time, and everything like that is so critical. And I know that I have those exact same prejudices, I suppose, or expectations of people, and you do base a lot of decisions on very superficial information. Like, you know, that power of the first impression, got to make the impression within 7 seconds.
But I don't think it's totally unfounded either. You can tell whether somebody is serious about something by the amount of care that they take in their appearance, don't you think?
Well, yeah, to a degree. I mean, if you went to see a lawyer and he was dressed in a pair of flip-flops, shorts and a T-shirt, then you would have an expectation that perhaps the quality of his professional advice would be consistent with how he dresses, which is lackadaisical, not a lot of care of attention.
Yes.
And really importantly, that he doesn't meet the expectation of his market, which I think is the critical component here. So in business, what I've always tried to do is just dress a little bit better than my target market. Obviously not today, because I'm in the office and I didn't realise we're going to do this video. I just feel so embarrassed. I would have worn my best stuff otherwise. So when I did the SEObookreview.com site,
Yes.
we had some feedback that I should have been wearing a tie, which is, not a bad idea really. Why didn't we think of that?
Because you never wear a tie.
And
because we live on the Gold Coast.
yeah, that's the point. I need a stylist, don't I? How do you reckon I'd go with
You
a
might
stylist?
need more than the stylist.
Thanks very much. Okay, well that brings us to the end of the show. As always, we'd appreciate your feedback on Skype account Tailored, and our contact details are over there at tailoredpodcast.com. We hope you've enjoyed this very different, unedited and probably a little rambly in sections.
Perhaps.
So thanks for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye for now. See you next week.